Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I show you guys what it's like running a plant store from home. So today is Sunday and I'm going to be packing up some orders. This is my last week of shipping out plants for December, and then I'm going to resume plant shipping again in January. We're getting really close to Christmas and this is a good time for me to just put a pause on it because I just don't want anybody's packages to get stuck in the mail too long because of the holiday delays. As the holidays get closer, the mail carriers do get really backed up, and the last thing I would want is for anybody's plants to get stuck in the mail for too long. Even though I shipped out plants a week before Black Friday, they still got stuck, but luckily a lot of them did make it, so thank goodness. But yeah, this is going to be the last week. The shop is still going to be open, there's just not going to be any plants on there. In my last vlog, I did have a giveaway that was just for YouTube subscribers, so thank you guys so much for participating and leaving your comments of your 2025 wishlist plants. You were able to win this Anthurium King of Clarinarium plus a Barina grow light as well. I did pick a winner and I announced it on the YouTube community tab, so everybody say congratulations to them. At the same time, I was also running an Instagram only giveaway. You were able to win this Anthurium crystallinum crosswood magnificum, as well as this cute plant plushie from blushies.com, and I will put the winner up on the screen here. Congratulations to you. Everybody let them know congratulations, and thank you guys all so much for participating. So let me show you guys the plants that sold for this week. First plant we have here is Philodendron gloriosum variegated. We have this Monstera albo starter. This leaf was already browning and it was captured in the picture, so the customer is totally aware of that. The next plant is this Hoya caudata simutra, Hoya CV Jennifer, Monstera lechleriana variegated, Philodendron Billy, and the last plant is Alocasia black velvet variegated. This is the pink variegated. Some of these plants are also mystery box plants. I do try to not share which ones are mystery plants because that kind of gives it away. Sometimes my YouTube videos come out before the packages get delivered, so that's why I haven't really been mentioning them. But ever since I started the mystery box thing a few months ago, it has been going really well and you guys have been really liking it, so I'm glad that you guys like it. I'm thinking in the future we are going to add some other type of plant box as well. I still am trying to figure that out, but I'm glad that you guys are liking the mystery box thing too. I do have to run out today and do some Christmas shopping. I have done a lot of my shopping online, thank goodness, but I feel like this month is going by so fast. So life is crazy, but I'm glad that I am going to be taking a break from shipping the plants because that's going to just allow me to kind of chill out. Shipping the plants does take a lot of time, and I'm just glad that I can take a little bit of a break, you know. I have been shipping plants every single week of this entire year, so it's definitely nice to take a little 2-week break of the plants, and I'm sure you guys can understand why I'm taking the break. It has been a very hectic year, but overall I think we did really well, and thank you guys so much. I do want to mention that I did recently upload a new Patreon video for December. It is a members only video. It is all about packing and shipping plants down to the materials you need, different carriers, different shipping methods, the difference between them, any tips that I have for you, and a full demonstration shipping small and large plants. So I did upload that for December, and overall on the Patreon I do share a mixture of content. So I've already shared information on how you can start your business, tips for plant selling, things that I wish I knew sooner, how to package plants, and I also do share just regular plant stuff as well. So I do have just regular like repotting videos of my personal collection too. For January, I am in the middle of filming a finance video. So I'm going to be talking all about finances and taxes when you're a plant selling business and everything you need to do and how to get yourself organized and all that stuff. So if you are interested, definitely go ahead and check me out on Patreon. It's been a few days since I shipped out the last plant orders of the month. Now that I don't have to worry about any plant orders, I can kind of just relax for the next couple of weeks of December. So I've been able to get a lot of other things done that I just didn't have time for. So I'll be honest, I definitely have been chilling a little too hard because I've kind of been slacking a lot with just everything plants. I need to water all the plants in here, and I'm probably going to do that tonight or tomorrow. But I kind of just let this room get piled up with a bunch of stuff, and it hasn't been cleaned in weeks, and it was just so messy and unorganized that I couldn't take it anymore last night. So as you can see, I have all these boxes here. So these are all boxes of new plant pots. There are 2 new styles, and one of the styles is a self-watering pot. A few months ago, I mentioned that I was interested in getting some self-watering pots for the shop. So that is what I did, and I also have a different style as well. I've had these boxes for weeks, and they just been back there behind the camera, and they just been sitting here for weeks. And now it's finally time for me to do something about it because I pushed them over here so that it forces me to take them out. So honestly, I haven't even looked at these. I haven't counted these. I haven't opened them. So we're gonna do it today. We're gonna take a look and see what we got. So not gonna be surprised if I have a few cracked pots because that does happen sometimes. And it took about a month for me to get all these boxes. And this is some of the self-watering pots. The self-watering ones, they do come with a wick system. That's gonna be a lot of fun for me, which I don't even know if there's enough wicks in here. We're gonna have to see. I don't know if each box comes with its own set or what. The self-watering pot is a 2 plant pot system. You have your base pot, and then you have a net pot here, and it goes like this. If you can see on the inside, there are 2 holes here and here, and you'll insert the wick into the 2 holes. And I have nails, so this is not easy for me. You will have something that looks like this. And this is mostly for semi-hydro. You can do potting mix if you want, but you got to be really experienced to know what you're doing with that because you can easily rot your plant. So after you put your wick in here, you would pot up your plant as usual, stick it in here, and then you would water it, and then the water will sit at the bottom. And then what's gonna happen is the wick right here, which is like a piece of yarn, will slowly start soaking up the extra water and feeding the plant. This is great if you're a semi-hydro lover and your plants are drying out too fast. Self-watering will make a big difference for you there. So the base is 4 inches. It does have a 4 here. And then the insert is 3 inches, but I will be putting accurate measurements on the description listing because they are a little bit tapered, which means the top is going to be a little bit wider than the bottom. So I will have some accurate descriptions there. But it looks like mostly all of these are related to the same size, which I hope, because that's where it gets confusing. So I think right now I'm just going to store them on my table back there so that I can just have everything in one place and then we can put it away. These are looking like they are 2 inches. So I made sure to get a smaller size as well because I know a lot of you guys like the small pots for like your Hoyas and stuff. The only thing I was expecting was that the net pot was just a little bit longer. But honestly, like looking at it, it actually kind of makes sense because the wick kind of hangs a little lower. But if you want, you can always swap out your net pot for another one that fits. It's not that big of a deal. I will say it was very hard to find a fully clear net pot system like this. You guys know I only do clear stuff on the shop. As of right now, I'm really not into colored pots unless it's very simple, like white or black. I don't want to say that I'll never have colored plant pots or anything, but right now I like having all the clear stuff. If I ever get some type of warehouse space or storage space, I definitely could consider bringing in like colored plant pots and stuff, but probably would only be black and white. Alrighty, so in this box up here, we have the bigger size. So this is a bigger size. They actually don't have a number on them. I feel like the net pot could have been just a little bit larger, like longer. But at the end of the day, I still think it's a really good plant pot. And if it does outgrow the net, you can always just use this for a plant pot as well. So I still think that they're really good. And I think that they're gonna do well, especially on like Etsy and TikTok shop. So I still think that they're gonna do well. So I'm really not going in any particular order. I'm just grabbing whatever. So like I said, I do have 2 styles of plant pots. This is the other style. These are square and frosted. for all my square plant pot lovers. I finally got these, you guys. So these are kind of similar to the square frosted ones I have now. They're a little bit different because they are taller, but this is what the inside looks like. You have the drainage at the bottom and you have some slits on the side too for extra airflow and drainage. They don't have a size written on the bottom, so I'm going to assume these are probably 5 inches. I'm gonna assume. Those ones are gonna be way easier to put away because they just stack together easily. The other ones are like all individually wrapped, so I have to like unwrap every single one. So these are also the same square style, but I got some like really mini ones. Oh my God, this is a ton of them. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting them to be this tiny. Holy crap. Look at how tiny these are. These are like even smaller than the 2-inch ones we already have. I would say that these are probably like 1.5 inches or something. I'm probably going to sell these ones in a pack because they're just so freaking tiny. What am I gonna charge for these? You know what I mean? I would rather just probably sell these in like a pack of 5 or a pack of like 10 or something like that. Just because of how small they are. And I'm pretty sure that UPS just pulled up with a box of plants. So I really have it in for me today. But I think I'm gonna do some things differently in 2025 moving forward with the plant pots. Right now I sell them all individually, which a lot of people like that. I think I'm also going to introduce like a pack system as well. I don't really know if I'm gonna introduce it to my website, but I think definitely moving forward for Etsy and TikTok shop, I'm going to start doing them in packs only over there just because it kind of makes more sense. However, I don't know if TikTok shop is going to be around much longer with the whole possible TikTok ban, which I don't really care about because I started TikTok shop really late, so it doesn't really affect me there. But Etsy has been really popping off with the plant pots, like especially the 9-inch plant pots. Like I sell those all day, every single day. So definitely think I'm going to be doing some changes with that. And as for the way that I have the plant pots displayed on my website, I think I'm going to just have one listing per style and a little drop down that you can select with the size versus an individual listing for each size, so it's not that confusing. Let me know if that makes sense. Also, if you're wondering why there is so many of these and not nowhere near as much as the other ones. So the way that this seller in particular does things is that I can't just make up a number that I want to purchase of these. I can't just say I want 100 of each size. It doesn't work like that. You have to order it by box. This box has over 1,000 pieces versus this box right here, it can only fit 300 pieces. So that's how it works. Can be a little bit annoying because the bigger the product is, the less you get. That is something I run into a lot with the 9-inch pots, is that one box of those is only 80. So instead of me getting like 200 with like the rest of them, I only get 80 per box, and those go so fast. These are more of the self-watering pots. I think it's a 6-inch, so maybe a little bit bigger than the 5s. And I did just get that shipment of plants. They're downstairs. I have a box of 60 something plants waiting for me to unbox after this, which is great. Okay, these are more of those square pots. These look like 4 inches. Yeah, I would assume that these are like a 4-inch maybe. This is what they look like. These are also great for semi-hydro as well, or regular. And then I have these look like maybe a 3-inch or something. I will show you guys a side-by-side comparison once I get them all out. So I think the easiest thing for me to do is just get them all out of the box so that I can just have them on the table and I can see each size, and I'm going to try to fit them on the top shelves. So currently I have like a whole little system for all the accessories and stuff. So I keep all the taller pots on the top. Then I have this whole shelf here dedicated to more pots. And then I have all this space at the top here. And then I have like some extra used stuff over here like that I like to use. So I keep those over there. So fingers crossed I can fit everything, but if not, we're gonna have to figure it out. Honestly, you guys, in this clip, I was very stressed out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just felt very overwhelmed. I had so much going on and I was trying to get these plant pots taken care of. Plus I had this huge shipment of plants that just came in. So I just had a lot going on. My friend actually came over that night and she helped me unbox all of the plant pots. She organized them for me and then she was able to help me store them away. While she was unboxing those, I was also unboxing the plants. It was really nice having a hand because I was going crazy in here. Honestly, the reason why I haven't been posting that much is because I've just been a little bit stressed out and I haven't even wanted to come in this room at all, so things have just been piling up like crazy. But I'm feeling so much better now that we got everything organized and put away, and I'm just very happy that she came over. So Jordan, if you're watching this, thank you so much for coming over and helping me with this, because if it wasn't for you, I would have been super behind and I couldn't have done it without you. As for today and pretty much the remainder of the vlog, I'm going to show you guys all the plants that I got for January, and I'm going to be repotting them today. So the plants did come on Thursday. They came a day late. They were supposed to come on Wednesday, which definitely sucks, but honestly, I'm not going to complain because people's packages are being stuck in the mail for weeks at a time, and I know that for a fact because a lot of my customers' packages are also getting stuck, even though I stopped shipping plants pretty early for the season. But I feel like this season has been the worst that I've experienced, and it's really making me rethink for next year. Currently, I have a plan to reopen the shop like the first week of January, but I personally think that I need to push it back because I just don't think the packages are going to arrive on time. So I think I might be pushing that back, but you guys will know for sure once I send out an announcement and everything like that. So as you guys saw, I had a really big box. It was a very large shipment. It was 64 plants. It was supposed to be 65, but for some reason they didn't give me the extra one that I ordered, so I don't really know. But I have a good range of plants here, a lot of wish list plants as well. When I hosted the giveaway, I did ask you guys what your wish list plants are for 2025, and I actually used that to my advantage to make this order. So thank you guys for leaving your comments. It does help me when I'm ordering things for the shop. So I want to show you guys all the plants. I'm not going to spend too long on this because I got to really kick it in gear. Today's Monday, so 2 days before Christmas. I did have a half day from work today, so I'm able to get started much earlier than I usually would. But the plan for this shipment is I'm going to split it in half, basically. I'm going to repot them all today, but I'm not going to be taking pictures or anything like that today. It's really not necessary if I'm going to be waiting to open the shop anyway. But I think I'm only going to put up half of them when I first relaunch, and then the week after I'll put the other half, just so it's not so much at once for me. So let me show you guys all the plants that we got for January. So I do have about 5 bins of plants. This is all Alocasia. First off, we have these Alocasia dragon scale variegated. These are considered a high variegation dragon scale. This is what they're looking like. This one in particular does have 2 plants in it, so I am going to separate those. So we should have 3 of these. We also have these 2 dragon scale variegated as well. So these are mint variegated, so they are a little bit different than the other ones I just showed you. And we also have this one on the left. And this is just a side-by-side comparison of the regular high variegated one, the typical variegation, and then the mint. I have 2 of these Alocasia Mellow. They are just non-variegated Alocasia. They are pretty common, but still a very nice Alocasia, especially if you're just getting into them. I also have this Alocasia Jacqueline variegated. So I had the Jacqueline variegated in the past. I did sell one as a pre-order, and then unfortunately the other one was so small it just didn't make it. It ended up melting and it got stem rot, and there was just nothing I can do. Sometimes you do lose plants in this type of business, and there's really just nothing you can do. So we're gonna try again with these. It looks like there's 2 or 3 little pups in here, but I'll have to check it out. I have this Alocasia Black Velvet Pink, and then I also have this Alocasia Black Velvet Golden. So I have a little bit of a mix-up with this order with these plants in particular. I ordered 2 of the Alocasia Black Velvet Pink variegated, and unfortunately I only got 1. And I also ordered 2 Scindapsus Rubicon variegated, and for some reason I got 3. So it looks like there was a little bit of a mix-up there, so I just emailed them to try to get that sorted out. Hopefully they will do something, because I was charged for 2 of these and got 3 of the Scindapsus, which these are expensive, so I need to be credited some way. So then we have some new Alocasias as well. This is Alocasia Scalp Brown variegated. It is like an Aria variegated color. So this is what this one looks like. And we also have this one here. It's looking like this. Honestly, pretty good. It's hard to tell the variegation from far away, but up close I think that they look really nice. We also have another rare Alocasia here. This is Alocasia Ninja variegated, and this is what it looks like. I did only grab one of these. It is very pretty. I've never ordered this one before, so I'm really happy with the size and the color. So we're on to the next bin. So these are the Synapsis Rubicon variegated I was just telling you guys about. I did order 2, but we got 3 in the end. So I have this one, and also this one. I'm pretty sure the solution is going to be they take off the black velvet and pretty much like do the difference between the black velvet and then this one, and then I'll just get a credit. It's very rare that you'll actually get money back. They usually will just give you a credit. So keep that in mind when you're doing wholesale. These are Synapsis Jade Satin Mint. So this one is very nice. We've never had the mint variegation. We've always had like the white or the yellow. And they both come on the plank like this, so you'll get it just like that. This is Monstera White Monster. So this is what the variegation is looking like. These were very popular amongst you guys. The color is very nice as well. The variegation can look like this, or it can be kind of patchy like this. And overall, it's a really nice, beautiful Monstera. We also have all of these little guys here. These are Monstera Aurea. So they are definitely like little seedlings. They look like this. We've had 4-inch and 5-inch Monstera Aurea in the past, pretty much over the last couple months. So it looks like they are bringing them back. The good thing about Monsteras though is that they do grow very fast. We also have these Monstera Burmarks Flames. They are small, but when they grow up, they are beautiful. They fenestrate very nice and they get very, very big. So getting these at a smaller size and letting them grow is definitely the cheaper way. It does obviously take a little while for some people to grow them to a massive size, but remember they are Monstera, so they should grow pretty fast. So moving into some of the philodendrons. These are actually Philodendron Caramel Marble. So this is what they are looking like. They are very, very small. Sometimes getting the small plants are better for you in the long run just because you can pay a lot cheaper for them instead of trying to get like a whole massive plant. We also have these Philodendron Soderoy variegated, and they look like this. We've never had them any bigger than this size, so that's why I kind of don't like to get these, because they are just this big bundle of little tiny plants. It's still a pretty plant. So moving on to the next bin, we have some more philodendrons and some other stuff in here. First up, we have these Philodendron Florida Beauty. They are not in their mature leaf shape yet. They are pretty juvenile, but still a really good bushy plant. We have this one and also this one, and the variegation is very nice. Then we have these Philodendron Florida Ghost, and it is a really easygoing and pretty affordable like variegated plant. A lot of you guys really like these ones. We have these Philodendron Strawberry Shake. So they are a little bit small, but they still have some nice color to them. But this one in particular is a little bit bigger compared to like these ones over here. So this one looks like it's just growing faster. This is Philodendron Imperial variegated. It's like a yellow and green variegation. It's very pretty. I have one of these in my collection and it's growing very fast and it's so beautiful. These next two plants are Epipremnum. They are Epipremnum giganteum variegated. This one is a little bit bigger compared to this one here, but they're not giant like the last time I had them, so still pretty decent to ship them. So now we are on to Hoyas. I have some fun Hoyas that I think you guys are really going to love. These two Hoyas are Hoya SP Saba or Saba. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And this is what it looks like. So it does have the trellis that's going to come with it. It has some nice veining as well and like a lime green color leaf. And then we have the smaller one here. Then we have two of these Hoya Compacta variegated. They are outer variegated. And honestly, this is probably the best variegation that they've had. This one is beautiful right here. And then we also have this one. We've never had this Hoya before. This is Hoya insularis. It has very skinny leaves, and we have two of these. These are Hoya latifolia dinner plate. So these get very big. At the moment they are pretty big, but not as big as they can get. These are very popular just because of how large that they can get. And the name dinner plate literally comes from them getting as large as like an actual plate. So these are Hoya Sarawak. Very similar to the dinner plate one. They do sun stress very nice. So all of these have some really pretty red sun stressing on them. Some of them are going to come with the trellis and some of them won't. Here is another one here. And then I have one more. None of them are attached to the trellis, so I have to like attach them myself. These are the last two Hoyas. These are Hoya Flavita. and they are growing very nicely on the trellis, looking so full and beautiful. And then our last bin of plants is Anthuriums. I did not forget about you guys. Here they are. So we do have 2 that have shipping damage, which is very, very sad. But other than that, they did very well in the cold. So first up, we have these Anthurium vitifolium crossed with forgetii. And this is what they look like. So they definitely take on that forgetii round shape, very cool. And they're honestly a very nice big size. We have these 2 Anthuriums here. These are another hybrid, and I'm gonna read the name because it is a long one. So these are Anthurium Dark Panama X Blue X1. So we have this guy here, some nice big leaves, and then we also have this one. It had a new leaf coming in while it was in shipment, so it did get a bit damaged. We have 3 of these guys, and they all have these really big, beautiful leaves. So if you're looking for a big leaf Anthurium, these are great. We also have this one here. And unfortunately, this is one of our casualties. It did rip when it was in shipping. So this is the newest leaf. It is very large compared to the other one. Certain that the next leaf that comes in is going to be big and beautiful. And then the last Anthuriums are these Anthurium Blue Pap. The leaves are pretty small, so I am curious to see what the roots are actually looking like, if they're truly a 5-inch plant, but we're gonna see. And then we have this one. Unfortunately, this one did take some cold damage here, but it has a nice, beautiful new leaf right here. So that is all the plants. I'm going to go ahead and start repotting them. I repot the plants so that I can check the roots and make sure that there's no root rot, to make sure that they are actually true to their size. I will bump up their pot or bump it down if it needs it. And then I also give them my fresh aeroid mix as well. This is it here. I also sell this on my website. It is soil free, so it does not contain any soil at all. And all the plants seem to love it. I also use this on my personal plants. A lot of these plants that I get from my wholesaler do come in some type of aeroid mix, so it makes it very easy to transition them, but some of them do still come in soil. So I like to try to get the soil off as best as I can, just because soil can bring in like some gnats and stuff like that and other unwanted things. So I try to clean it off as best as I can. Speaking of gnats, this shipment does have a ton of them. I can literally see them all flying around, and every time I move the plants, I just see one and it's driving me nuts. So we need to go ahead and get these guys all in fresh potting mix. This part is going to be sped up because it's probably going to take me a little while. When you have to repot 60 something plants in one go, it does take a little bit. So it is going to be sped up. So if you have any plant chores to do this week, it's a great time to do them. While I am doing this repot, I am going to be filming a Patreon members only video. So if you want to join in that conversation, make sure you guys go ahead and check me out on Patreon. This part for you guys will be muted, but for Patreon members, you guys will see this on January 1st. I'm going to be talking all about how to track your finances as a plant seller and anything that you need to do to get prepared for tax season as a plant seller. So if you're interested in that and any other type of small business and plant videos and stuff, definitely check me out on Patreon. I just finished repotting all the plants, so here is everything. Honestly, everything was pretty good, no root rot or anything like that. Honestly, all I'm going to do now is just water the plants since I repotted them. I just want to make sure that they retain some moisture since they all have brand new potting mix. I'm in no rush to prepare these plants because I'm not reopening the shop until January. So just make sure you're subscribed to my mailing list that you can find on my website. You just put your email and your name, and then you'll get an email when the shop goes live again. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Happy holidays, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!